Producer's letters here. Let's get right into it. Okay, so we already saw some of this information obviously in the game. So Sandland crossover, we've already seen it, right? We've just got some free stones. We got the Sandland wallpaper. It was really nice. You know, free stuff is always free stuff. Then we got the introduction, or I'm sorry, the info for the next campaign. So the incredible surprise Dokkan campaign will be from 425 at the same time as the Japanese version, basically Golden Week, right? During the celebration, you can get amazing items like a total of 80 Dragon Stones and 10 of the 30, what was that? 10 of the 30 special summon tickets through the login bonus. Also, if you clear all the missions by the end of the campaign, you can get an additional 20 more of those 30 summon tickets. I already talked about this. This is really good. It just all depends on what's the units that are going to be on it, obviously. But it looks like it's going to go all the way up until I think that's 17 and 18 that they dropped that. I don't know. The like I said, the main person that I would want to be on this 30 special summon, because the main appeal of it is that you can get sideband units off of it. Well, we could even pull it up real quick. 1 second. All right, here we go. The main appeal of this banner is not the fact that there's LRs on it. It is nice, you know, but it's the fact that there is a not only do you get 2 of the guaranteed featured SSRs at the end of the multi, but you also get 1 of these amazing sideband units, basically, that are the guaranteed units. So back then, obviously, it was still pretty good, because not only were Rakum and Goldo still arguably fine, because they were still tanking well. They still do tank okay, but they've definitely aged out, right? Obviously Almond and Raisin are what would be the equivalent of what would be good now. But like STR Piccolo is still usable to an extent, and then also is just like very, very good. Obviously the whole Movie Heroes team has been brought back, so if you are a newer player, pulling something like STR Piccolo was obviously amazing. Now we go ahead and look at what are actually featured on the banners, and it's just like, I don't know, man. I'm skeptical, is all I'll say. Is I'm a little bit skeptical. I don't doubt Almond and Raisin are going to be on this, which again, I'm always happy to get free units, obviously. And I wouldn't be surprised if I do, or most people do, pull an LR from this banner too. So again, free units is always free units. I'm never going to complain about that. That being said, I really hope that we do get the AGL King Vegeta on this banner. But let's go ahead and talk about the more hype stuff. Okay, so here it is. The arts for the characters: Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku and Fat Boo, basically from their time against each other's fights, right? So we have the resistance against unprecedented terror, Super Saiyan 3 Angel Goku, and world-changing Majin Buu good. Last year, a dual Dokkan Fest will also be available at the same time as the JP version. The images are from the characters after the Dokkan Awakening, so this is their TUR art. The TUR art is really nice, dude. That Boo face was that's good art. That's good art. He really does look shocked. For both characters, an entrance animation will be played when they enter battle if you include them on a team that includes another Majin Buu Saga character. After the entrance animation ends, they will be able to use even more powerful abilities, so we recommend that you build a team with characters from this category. So it looks like they're going to have the entrance animation probably guard their first couple of turns while they most likely build up. And then maybe after doing a couple of super attacks, maybe taking a couple of hits, that's what they're talking about when they mean more powerful abilities will drop when the entrance animation ends. They might have to do like 3 or 4 super attacks to maybe fully build up, and that could be the reason why, is that you won't be able to do it until after the entrance animation ends. Just a curveball out of left field, right? The EZAs for the worldwide download celebration LRs are coming to global. If you have been keeping up with the JP timeline, you know that this is not supposed to happen. These units are not supposed to be here until the anniversary drops. So STR Vegito and physical Buu tanks are going to get their EZAs. We can go ahead and look at that really quickly. All right, let's just do Buu tanks, because I feel like he's probably the better out of the LRs. You could probably argue him better out of the LRs. So he goes from raising attack and defense to greatly raising attack and defense, while also raising whatever other stat it is on their own respective 18 key and 12 key. He has 20% HP at the start of the turn compared to the 12, and then it also carries over to the transformation. So basically, he's always just going to have a 20% HP, right? 20% HP restoration. He has 200% attack and defense and 2 ki. He also has a great chance of guarding all attacks. However, if we go ahead and look at this part of the passive, he launches an additional super attack, guaranteed by the way. And then he gets an additional 50% attack and defense, and it guards all attacks for 1 turn from the character's entry turn, or if his HP is 90% or less at the start of the turn. This, I believe, activates afterwards, so it will heal him after it sees if he is under 90%, I believe. Then he has the medium chance of just evading anything, and he'll also get an additional chance of evading by 20%, so 50% dodge chance, and he'll survive KO attacks once per turn if his HP is 80% or less when receiving an attack. He also recovers 12% HP if his HP is 50% or less. So basically, he's just healing after healing after healing after healing. Not only that, but a 50% HP or less at the end of his turn. Meaning that at the end of the turn, you'll still even be benefiting from having this guy on your team, right? Then post-transformation, he just basically gets an improvement anywhere. More ki, more attack and defense. He doesn't stack permanently anymore, but he does still stack for 4 turns on both his 12 ki and 18 ki. He launches the additional super attack for 3 turns instead of having it where it's just permanent like how we saw before. Let me just right here, launches an additional super attack that is taken away and turns into the just the 3 turns, but he switches that out with just being able to guard permanently. He'll also have the high chance of evading enemies' attacks, so 50% like we were talking about before. Then he'll launch an additional super attack no matter what, again. So what you'll see happen a lot is that this guy will just launch like 4 attacks, 5 attacks in battle, right? Yeah, 4 attacks, I should say, because he does have 2 additionals, right? And then hidden potential. Plus an additional 50% attack and defense if he's performing an ultra super attack as well. He gets 2 ki, which was a big buff from before the EZA, by the way. Because before the EZA, he obviously did not get any ki anywhere other than the 1 ki here. So then having that where not only does he get 2 ki when collecting any key sphere, but he also has it where he just gets starting ki 2, which does help out the units just so much, right? And then he also seals the enemy's attack for 5 turns, which is okay. But I think the better mechanic is the fact that, let me see where I can find it. Right here. He disables the enemy's action once within the turn for the first 5 turns. So basically he can action break on any attack for 5 turns, which is good because just the seal was obviously worse than Vegito. Now it's obviously it's still probably in Vegito's favor because he, like we've already seen, he does have it where he can foresee the enemy's super attack for 10 turns. So, you know, it's still good, but you know. Now we can go ahead and look at Vegito. So before he transforms, he raises defense on both his 12 ki and 18 ki, or they increase their defense on both 12 ki and 18 ki. No attack though, but they do raise it for 1 turn on both super attacks, right? They obviously get the 2 ki and 200% attack and defense like how we saw for Boo. They reduce damage received by 30% like how we saw before the EZA, also getting 2 ki per ki sphere obtained. Launches an additional attack, but has a great chance of becoming a super attack. Then he has the medium chance of performing a critical hit, which is supposed to, I guess, match the dodge, but I'll keep quiet about that one. He also has 50% attack and defense and launches an additional super attack upon the character's entry turn, or like how we saw with Boo, if he has 77% or more. So Boo obviously wants to be, or Boo Tanks wants to be below a certain amount of HP, while Vegito wants to be at max HP. But he also gets an additional damage reduction and performing a crit chance when attacking if his HP is 50% or more as well. So really, you do want to be above 50% or more at the bare minimum, but it obviously does still help if he is above 77% or more too. It does matter with stats wise, right? However, that is obviously covered by the active skill, where if you are below 77% and maybe you're even below 50%, so you don't even have that 20% or 50% damage reduction, I should say. You only have the 30% damage reduction. You can go ahead and transform into Super Vegito. So obviously, how we saw before, the EZA, his heal went from a 50% to just a full heal, which is obviously good. He guards all attacks for 3 turns from the start of turn, so as long as you just, you know, keep him not floating, he'll have guard, and then on his 3rd turn, you can just float him. He'll have Ki +5 and 250% attacking defense, and then he has a high chance of performing a critical hit, so basically build this guy full additional. Plus an additional chance of crit, plus 20% within the same turn for every attack performed, which is very, very good. Means that basically every single time that you're going to be doing your counter attacks, it's just going to be guaranteed crits, right? Plus an additional 30% attack within the same turn after receiving an attack. I don't know if that stacks, actually. I don't think it stacks, but it's still very, very good, obviously. He also has a 30% damage reduction, like how we saw with the base, but it's obviously still very, very powerful. Plus an additional 30% damage reduction when receiving normal attacks, which basically covers him from any normals from here until the end of time. Because not only is he going to have guard for 3 turns, but 60% damage reduction, and then also good defense, more defense on super attack. You know, it's just, he's going to be insane. He counters obviously normals with tremendous power, like how we saw with before the EZA, and he gets 2 Ki Sphere with each Ki Sphere obtained. And then, like how we were talking about beforehand, 77% attack and defense, and foreseeing the enemy super attack for 10 turns. Basically, as soon as you transform this guy, he is a monster, right? Then we also get this new event called the Ultimate Red Zone Majin Buu Saga. It looks like it's going to be very, very good. I'm always happy with new red zones, right? I finally get new content. Finally after all these months. We various new battle conditions, like receiving damage reduction with each turn pass and raising the enemy's status under certain conditions, are available. So we saw earlier how we got this little notification where a unit will tell us if we're getting damage reduction, like us, right? This is also going to apply to the enemy now. That's the reason why they added it. Quest user interface improvements. As announced in Dokkan Volume 8, improvements to the quest user interface has been applied. We've made quest mode more user-friendly, so grab this chance to check it out. I personally like the old system, but if people like the new system, that's completely up to them, right? I like the old system of you just click on the stage and it's like every other Dokkan event where it's just like it tells you the 3 stuff. I don't really like it where it's like the bars, but that's probably more of like a personal thing than anything. I don't know. You guys can tell me what you guys think. But yeah, that's all. Let me go ahead and check. So yeah, we're going to be seeing the celebration details on the 25th. So in 2 days, we will be seeing the celebration details. So get ready, everyone. It's going to be very, very, very fun. I don't think they tell us when the actual summons do drop. They do not. Let me just check really quick to see if they showed the animations yet, and then I'll be right back. No, it's just that. Okay. So yeah, what do you guys think? I'm very hyped, obviously. Like, this is going to be so cool. I've said it before, I think Super Saiyan 3 Goku is completely fine, even though we just went through one, because this is going to be Angel and basically work pretty well with the Dragon Fist anyways. So if you did pull the Dragon Fist, you don't have to be like, oh, drats, you know, I just got duped into getting this Super Saiyan 3, but this new one is so much better. It's fine, you can just run them on the same team, you know? And they'll have the same link set too, so if anything, this is just another buff to Dragon Fist. Who knows? Maybe this Super Saiyan 3 Goku is going to be a perfect slot 1, and Dragon Fist Goku is going to be perfect slot 2, right? We'll see. But anyways, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Thank you as always, Will, for being a member. Thank you as always, everyone, for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the good stuff. Really helps out the channel, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!